They said, "Don't ask why." They said, "You are weird." I just wanted to know why. How dare women visit neighbors on New Year's Day? How dare girls step across a boy's legs? Don't step on the floor of the door frame. There are a bunch of things that women cannot do. People said if the woman isn't quiet, the house will have bad luck. I wondered why. When I asked, they said this is how it is. If a woman visited her neighbors on New Year's Day, then the neighbor would have bad luck. If a girl stepped it across a boy's legs while he was on the floor, then the boy's future would be doomed. I was a rude child because I didn't thoughtlessly accept the rules. I wanted to know why. People say the best life for a woman is a great marriage. If you stay ladylike, you will have a great marriage. Great marriage is determined by the man's job and social position. Therefore, one indicator of successful marriage is the size of a diamond ring. Another is the size of apartment. I don't mean to say that this mindset is bad or wrong, but I wondered what the most important standard truly is. This was just the start of a confusing ideological conflict in my heart. Ladylike means a woman who obeys. It wasn't easy to break free from this standard. I knew it wasn't logical. Even so, I pushed myself to fit in. I knew it was unfair. I felt trapped by the traditional feminine ideal. When this happened, I became frustrated at myself. I had become a nagging woman with an attitude problem because I asked why. Eventually, I didn't care about the risk of being ostracized. I needed to examine how I truly felt. I no longer wanted to accept the society's rules as the way it is. I wanted to realize my own idea. At the very least, I needed this much. I needed to figure this out. Lost and confused, I found an assortment of answers in a book of fairy tales: Cinderella, The Little Mermaid, Snow White. Cinderella is left with a wicked stepmother and stepsisters. This poor dejected girl lives in misery until a prince saves the day. So men are the missing key to women's happiness then? Next, the little mermaid needed some way to tell the prince, "I saved you," without her voice. In the end, she chose to sacrifice herself and turned into the sea foam. Is that really true love? People said, it's a very beautiful story. But I didn't feel it. Eventually, although I still didn't understand, I came to think it is beautiful. Little by little, other people's ideas became my ideas as well. Before long, I dreamed of being Cinderella myself. I tried to believe that self-sacrifice, conflict avoidance, and obedience were the quality of a good woman. This was how it was supposed to be. Even so, I viewed the rules like don't visit your neighbors on New Year's Day or step around the boy's legs, not across, with skepticism. The books I read couldn't persuade me either. I was fixed on one line with the society on another, two parallel lines that could never meet. I felt lost, paralyzed between my intuitive personal beliefs and traditional expectations. I blamed society for my frustration. Sometimes I rationalize to myself, oh well, conformity can't be helped. But eventually, I realized that I was angry not at society, but at myself. I was frustrated because I'd been hiding behind the fixed ideas and thoughtlessly venting my anger into the wind. Deeply rooted trees cannot be easily collapsed. The deep roots are social ideas that become our culture. Many of us who live in these cultures accept these fixed ideas and embrace them. After all, this is more comfortable, isn't it? I didn't choose my circumstances, but they are my circumstances nonetheless. If society is unfair, that's just the way it is. I comforted myself by pretending that I had no choice. But all of us know we have the freedom to choose. Now I have made my choice, and that choice comes with consequences. Of course, I was afraid to take this leap. Even so, I will no longer blindly accept society's ideas. I will evaluate them on their own merits, and I will set my own standard. Rigid ideas will always be relentlessly knocking on our door, expecting women to accept them. Remember, when faced with a challenge, we have the freedom to choose. If we just dream of being Cinderellas, protected by princes from hardship, we cannot expect long-held ideas to change. We have to change them ourselves by having the courage to take control of our own lives. We have to make choices. We do not have to rely on the size of a diamond ring. We can be the real diamonds that shine by ourselves.